Uh, New segment. We're gonna just call this sports. We'll come up with maybe a jazzier name later. But
Yeah.
we got a sports segment. Right now it's the dog days of summer, so we don't have much going on except for NBA free agency. Off the top of my head, because I didn't write anything down. We had Dame
Yeah.
Lillard stretched and waived. Pause.
Yep.
But he got released by the Milwaukee Bucks. And hope he get well soon, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Uh Dame.
Dame.
And then we got Miles Turner signed to the Bucks,
Yeah. You
and
got a crazy deal,
we talked about Kevin Durant last week.
right?
Who the fuck else moved around? I can't. I mean, I guess I could look
Uh,
up Sham's feed,
I
but
mean the making some moves. They've signed some marginal guys. Knicks picked up Jordan Clarkson off a buyout.
let's
Um,
just talk about the shit that matters. Do you think Giannis
yeah.
is going to ask for a trade? We're not here to talk
I
about
think
Jordan Clarkson
no,
and
you're right.
Miles
You're right.
Turner.
Yeah, no, we're gonna talk about Giannis and LeBron. Let's call it a
Yeah.
day. Yeah,
Do you
I
think
think
Giannis will
Giannis will
ask for a
play.
trade?
I think he'll play one more year.
Yeah.
What's his? Can he opt in or what's his contract situation
He's
like?
locked in. He's just signed. He's got 3 or 4
Oh,
more
that's
years
right.
left.
Yeah. That's right.
But I think it's just one of those situations where he's the best or second best player in franchise history, depending on how you judge
Correct.
Kareem.
Yep.
Um, he's won them a championship, for only player to win them a championship, and they just kind of whatever you want to do will accommodate kind of situation.
Yeah.
So they don't actually have to,
Um.
but he's so legendary that they will accommodate
Yeah.
what he asks for, and they
I
should.
think he'll. I think he'll play this year out in Milwaukee, and I think he asked for a trade next summer. I think he'll probably. My money says, depending on who goes where, obviously. My money's on New York or Golden State.
I think Golden State would be a good place for him because they have a lot of shooting.
Yeah.
Would you give it all up for Giannis?
To come to LA or just as a team?
If you were, give me a blank slate team. If you were the
Like
Knicks
okay.
and they wanted Mikal Bridges,
Mhm.
OG, and salary filler to fill Mitchell Robinson, whatever. Just some
Okay.
make the numbers work. Let's say build a package
Yeah.
around Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and whatever draft picks and salary filler you could do. Would you bring Giannis in?
Okay. To New York? Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm
As
doing
I'm
that
talking
deal.
like that, I'm like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. You have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a more 50-50 situation, like a team with some
I
young
mean,
players.
right. Maybe like probably like Toronto. They got a lot of young
Nah,
talent.
they would definitely do it.
Well,
Golden
yeah, they
State would
do
have
it.
to do it. What's a team that's
Yeah. Let's see.
like a team that's like young, because Houston just pushed their chips in for
Well, yeah, but so
Durant.
yeah, we can't do Houston's their set. Let me look at the let's see
All right, let's do it like
teams.
this. If Cleveland calls and says, I'm sorry, if
Okay.
Milwaukee calls Cleveland and says, give us Evan Mobley and Garland, you doing that trade? We'll just
Yeah.
pretend the numbers work.
Yeah, I'm doing that trade.
I
Yeah.
don't think I would. I don't like 30-year-old players without jump shots who rely on athleticism. Um,
That's valid.
I
But I don't
just
think I just think Cleveland's met their ceiling with that team.
maybe, but they were the number one seed
And they're
last
soft.
year. Yeah, they are. They were the number one seed
They
last
soft as
year.
baby shit.
Derek Garland broke his toe.
Yeah.
And so you win 68 games. I don't know. I just the other day was just thinking, man, how many of these giant superstar trades actually work? And like it's the track record is not as great as you think.
It's really not. Yeah, it's not.
Um,
I mean, I think the only ones worked was from a trade. Shit. I don't know. I mean, Shaq
you'd
left in
have to
free
lower
agency.
the
LeBron was a sign and
definition.
trade. KD left in free agency.
One of these where you trade all your picks. I mean, the ends.
Yeah.
I mean, and this isn't even a superstar. It was Drew Holiday. They won a championship with the Bucks,
Yeah, you're right.
giving
Drew
everything
Holiday.
for
Yeah,
Drew
Drew
Holiday.
Holiday. Yeah.
And you can make the argument the Rudy Gobert trade worked out for the Wolves. They made the conference championship
That's
two
true.
times in a
Yeah.
row. But like,
Didn't work out for the Clippers.
hell no. That's the. I mean, they traded the best player and all the picks in the trade. Shea got an MVP.
All that for one conference finals.
Yeah, and like one of the picks they traded was Jalen Williams. So they traded Shea Gilgeous-Alexander
Yep.
and Jalen Williams
And
plus a
Jalen
bunch of
Williams.
shit for Paul George.
Yep.
You have to say Paul George and
Yeah.
Kawhi, but still, like
Yeah.
it's
Because he wasn't going there if they didn't get PG. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's tough. By the way, we gotta look at like people like are like, oh, LeBron's time in LA was a failure. I'm like, if that's a failure, then what the fuck was Kawhi's time with the Clippers?
a failure. I mean, I don't. I One of my hobby horses is how easy people take it on Kawhi. One,
Yeah,
I've never seen a
just because
motherfucker
he's
win a
quiet.
championship and not want to defend it. That was weird. Like you left the championship team to go to a team that was in the play-in, and you
Hmm.
import Paul George, and it doesn't work out, and like
And
no one says
you
anything
have the
about this.
biggest choke job in NBA history.
Correct. You quit in the bubble because you wanted to go home.
Right.
Um, I mean, it's been a complete and utter disaster, and no one's like, he just
Said
skates.
anything.
It's just,
Like
it's
I think
insane.
Stephen A is the only one who's ever said anything
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
just
Like
like, to me,
that's what
that's kind
it's
of when player
weird.
empowerment jumped the shark for me, was when he won
Yeah.
a championship and then he
And just
left,
dip.
and like no one was willing to criticize him for it.
That
Like,
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Woody Page and Bill Plaschke and Michael Wilbon in his prime would have killed him in every
Oh
newspaper,
hell yeah.
but everyone's just like, well, it's a player's choice, it's player empowerment
Bob
era, and I'm
Ryan
like,
would have had a stroke.
yeah, like, it's like, and I just had to read about how I have to respect his choice, and I was like, okay, this is different. I don't know if I'm with this new era
Yeah.
of we just do whatever, because I was just like, man, I just couldn't imagine any superstar really winning a championship and showing no
And then
interest.
leaving.
Like it just leaving, like not.
Yeah.
And the team that he left won like 40 some games the next year, so he could have repeated.
They
Like
were
he
still
just
pretty
beat,
good.
yeah. Like they
Um,
still had Lowry, they still had Marc Gasol, they had Pascal, they had how the
yeah.
fuck they had Fred Van Vliet, they had a squad. Like I forgot about Fred Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they would have went to the finals. I think they
yeah,
would have lost to the Lakers, but they would have went to the finals.
I want to say OG was on that team too, but I don't
Yeah,
quote
he
me
was
on
on the
that.
team.
But
Yeah.
like
That's
it's
before
just
you get traded.
like it's weird.